Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm Sargel18. Episode 26 of Unchained. God creates another earth, DevRon, and God's image of us. Before I start this video, there's some pretty hectic stuff happening out there around the country, both political and actual. And a little known document came out today that the United States military and government agencies like FBI, CIA, and all that are preparing for a major terrorist attack from within the United States. So if they're preparing, I hope you all are preparing, and you're not going to hear this on the far left networks. You're just not going to hear about it. Matter of fact, I didn't even hear about it on Fox. I went to other sources and found this out. So again, as the election gets closer, please, pay attention, prepare yourselves. Okay, now, I am going to speak now of an old biblical adage: we are made in God's image. Now, whether this info was discovered now or 4,000 years ago, humanity, due to its existence in third dimension, can only identify heavenly realities to a certain point. After that, the race settles on all heaven and Jesus and Jesus' reality from a physical viewpoint. Right, we have to. We're in third dimension. You got to look at it through a physical viewpoint. And there you go. And many times this mindset can be very limiting. So the masses of the time can understand to the level that they can understand. Got to remember, people during Jesus' time, if you had like a 4th or 5th grade education compared to now, you were smart. A whole different ball game. All right. The statement, we are made in God's image, has nothing to do with the physical copy of God's body, if he had one. It has to do with God's idea of what a human being should be, physically, mind, and soul, all working in unison in a perfect creation. Now just think about this. There has been, since the beginning of the human race, billions and billions of people who have come and gone, each containing the blueprints of conscious life in the form of an unique idea of God's design, or as we know it, a soul. Where do souls come from? Well, God realized he had to create a heavenly force that could control a physical body and learn so it could rise up to the heaven levels. So he went to his right hand. He went to his right hand and created DevRon energy, where ideas come from. And he created also a total energy multiverse reality which provides all the raw soul energy, never depleting, and made it available to DevRon. DevRon then creates the soul and designs what is needed in a particular life and delivers it at birth to the body. Plus, DevRon also creates and delivers ideas during the soul's life here. And then you can take it from there. Everybody uses DevRon who has ever come up with an idea. The difference with me and my connection to DevRon is my soul accomplishments and success at getting what heaven needs done. And I've done this many times. This is why it took 30 lifetimes to make a connection in third dimensional reality that I could understand. When I died and Dev brought me to the Silver City in heaven, I was experiencing the first time he took me there 30 lifetimes ago. That's why I would also see it all from above as it was happening. It was a reminder of who I am and that I needed some fixing. The head injury. Which they did all in the span of a few minutes of death. The head injury fixed. The physical injuries were fixed that caused me to die. So to sum it up, DevRon, or as we know him as God Speaks, is the right hand of God, a sliver of God himself, like Jesus, and my friend and connection to the heavenly realms for 30 years so far. He has a light like the sun and a face of wheat. With this guidance, I have made many discoveries in any field I went to. Magic, reality, alchemy, UFOs, aliens, and it all worked. And since then, these discoveries have set the pace in metaphysics from 1998 on. I see it all the time now. Talking about multiverse aliens, or, well, the orbs. I mean, that was just a gimme. And all that. They're all using all what I taught them back then. So long ago. 26 years ago? 26 years ago, yeah. Okay, so that's about that. I'm also going to show you some really cool pictures of what I'm next to speak about, and also one that sums up that reality is not linear. It's circular. God creates another earth. That's this part 2. God creates another earth. People sit back and wonder if this is revelation, which leads to Armageddon, then I guess the human race in third dimension is over. Again, only through a perspective of known reality. Remember, my discoveries at the vortex clearly show that there is a doorway to the multiverse, and sometimes it swings both ways. There are leaks, both an Earth in third dimension and an Earth in another dimension can leak into one another. Now here's just a note. It's so great that the vortex evidence I and Sandra collected back in 1998 to 2000 is coming to fruition now. In 2024. It has kept me ever revolving, learning, testing, and bringing new awareness to humanity. And there's a hell of a lot more to come. Now back on point. Now God always has a backup plan to keep his initial idea of humanity going along. He has unlimited resources, and basically he can make whatever he wants or needs. He's God. What DevRon has recently explained to me, that the times I met with prehistoric creatures or actual dinosaurs at the vortex, it was because the bleed through was happening at that moment from another Earth that God has created and has prepared for the new humanity cycle. This is groundbreaking shit. Okay, this really is. Nobody has this but me. That means, according to my evidence, that Earth is back in time. Oh, that Earth, according to my evidence, that Earth that he has created as a backup is back in time about 150 to 200 million years ago from the now time. So the replenishing process has already begun. I mean, God's not stupid. He's not going to run out of humans or souls. He can do whatever he likes that way. And thank God he does. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking to you and you wouldn't be listening to anything right now. And you go 200 million years ago, Sarge. What? Come on. The answer is time in third dimensional reality is both important and confining and restrictive. It was created by man with DevRon's help and does not exist outside of third dimension anywhere. So 200 million years in earth time is a blink of an eye for God and certain souls in heaven. Jesus also. Humanity in general will never get that fact. I could talk till I'm blue in the face. You can agree with me and believe me, but it's never 100%. Until the soul leaves the body. Then it hits you like a brick in the face, and you get it. Now I'm going to show you some of these pictures of the dinosaur and ancient creatures that I've come across face to face and have photographed. One in particular is quite famous. The other ones are just, I have more, but I just didn't want to go through thousands of files to look for a couple of pictures. So here I'm going to show you, as it bleeds through into our reality, a pterodactyl flying by. And I heard him coming way before I took the picture. You can hear the wings. You can hear the wind going through his wings, but he's in energy form. So there's a pterodactyl. Hold on. Got plenty more up my sleeve. Oh, 200 million years ago? 200 million years ago, 150, 200 million years ago, pterodactyls are flying all over the place. The 8-foot-tall insect creature that I took a picture of. These insects back in 100, 200 million years ago were huge on Earth. Huge. Here's one walking by from that Earth that's being prepared. Great detail, too, in the veins and all. If you look under the body, oh, man. Now, everyone knows this picture I took. There it is. I'm standing there. Next thing you know, about an 80-foot dinosaur-type dragon dinosaur thing. It's a dinosaur. Was swimming in front of me in water in its own time. And it turned and looked at me, and I looked at it, and I took its picture, but I only caught it from the neck up because it was so big. But thank God I caught that, because that was quite stunning. Time opened for me and for him, this creature. And here's a better picture, so you can really get the detail. This is all untouched. This is all untouched. Look at that. Talk about the Loch Ness Monster, huh? Now, for this last picture, Sandra took at the Vortex, and I'm talking about time, and I'm talking about how it's not linear, that it's circular, and overlaps and cuts through. It's just, gigantic puzzle time outside of, hey, it's 1 o'clock, at 2 o'clock I got to be here, outside of that. So, the Vortex, I was going to say 25 years ago. All right, around 1978, 79, was a big river. I mean, it was big. It was 200-300 feet across, you know. And now, and when I first started searching, when I went back there, I expected that, you know, because people fish in it, they kayak in it, all kinds of shit, right? When I got there, it was just this little trickle left. That was it, and I always wondered why. Why now, of all times? Well, government knew what I was going to do, and they might want to make sure I can get out there to do it, I gather. But one night we're walking down the Vortex, and Sandra is ahead of me, and she senses something, and takes a picture. Now, here's the picture she got. Now, the picture on the left is untouched. That's it. That's what, there's no breath or nothing. That's just it, doing that. And on the right, I cleaned up around it, and you see that it is a lake fish jumping over an orb in its own environment, in water. Yet, as you see on the picture on the left, there is no water. We're in a field on a path. This shows that time is not permanent. It's not set in stone. When that doorway opened up, another type of reality happened, which I've yet to delve into, of our own Earth and time and things going through. And that fish, that was probably only about, it could have been longer, but it's probably about 20 years before that, or before 1998. Yeah, 20 years, 1978. So there was water then, and then water's been gone for like 15 years, and you could still catch, and under the right circumstances, fish jumping around in the water. And this shows that. This shows that time is nothing what you think. What you think time is only a little bit of what time really is in all aspects. So remember, we have 22 days left till the election. The government's preparing for major civil unrest, which means you got to prepare. Even if you're not involved in the civil unrest, eggs are going to be gone, milk's going to be gone, butter, vegetables, food. It's scarce now, especially with all the immigrants that have come in with government-paid food stamps or food money, however it works. Hey, I'm not against it, but man, like even it out, with good, true blood American souls. So please keep an eye out. I want everybody to stay prayed up, and peace out.